My name is Dr. from Japan. I'm a management consultant at PwC, an adjunct professor and dean at several colleges in Tokyo. And from last month, I studied my doctoral research fellow at Eudoxia Research University. And before I begin, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to Mr. Patron, Dr. Saikia, and thank you very much for the engaging and impressive comment from committee members as well. And also, I'm really happy to being here and to having a great opportunity to make a presentation. Especially, I'm the first person who make a presentation today. A little bit nervous, but yeah, I really appreciate it. So today, I will be presenting my study titled "The Generative AI Sales Paradox," or GASP, Generative AI Sales Paradox, for short. So this research explores a growing challenge in the B2B sales world, while generative AI offers impressive gains in speed, scalability, and efficiency. But it may also weaken the personal relationships that are essential for high-value client interactions, especially in B2B market. The people relationship, human relationship is really important. Okay, so here's my agenda today. First, the objective of this study and why it matters. Then I will introduce several literature and a quick look at the method we used. After that, I will present the key findings, followed by theoretical insights. We will also review practical implications and recommendations for companies, and finally wrap up with the conclusion. Let us begin by setting the stage for this study. First, the background. In recent years, generative AI has made a strong intro business operations, especially in sales. So from generating emails to qualifying leads, AI has enabled sales teams to reach more prospects with fewer resources and at greater speed. However, on the other hand, while these tools optimize efficiency, they may unintentionally reduce the personal, trust-based communication that is really essential and central to long-term business relationship in B2B market. This brings us to the research objective. We aim to investigate what we call the generative AI sales paradox, or GASP, a phenomenon where AI adoption in B2B sales improves scalability and speed, but potentially undermines emotional connection, customer satisfaction, and loyalty. The problem is critical because in B2B industries, especially those involving complex transactions, trust, emotional nuance, and ongoing dialogue are essential. When AI replaces human interaction too aggressively, companies risk weakening the very client relationships that are driving long-term value. The significance of this research lies in its practical implications. Sales teams and managers need guidance not only on how to implement AI, but also on when and where human interaction remain irreplaceable. Sorry. This study helps fill that gap. Our focus is on industries where this trade-off is especially visible. Three industries: manufacturing, with long procurement cycles; two, professional services, where trust and expertise matter; and three, enterprise technology, which involves high-value solution-based sales. The findings we will explore today are designated to help organizations navigate this paradox with both clarity and strategy. Before we look at the findings, let me briefly highlight the existing literatures that frames this study. Researchers widely agree that generative AI is transforming B2B sales by improving speed, scalability, and data-driven decision-making. However, Many studies caution that these gains often come at the expense of human connection, particularly in industries where trust and emotional intelligence matter most. Our key concern in the literature is authenticity. AI can mimic human language, but it lacks the emotional depth and context sensitivity needed for complex client relationships. Customer satisfaction in high value deals often depends not just on speed, but also on empathy and trust as well. To frame this paradox, I developed the scalability versus authenticity trade off theory, or SATOT. This lens helps explain why firms see efficiency gains but struggle to maintain client loyalty. With this foundation, we can now examine the result of the study. Let us move on to the research methodology. To explore the generative AI sales paradox, this study used a mixed method approach, combining both qualitative and quantitative research. On the qualitative side, I conducted case studies with 6 B2B firms across manufacturing, professional services, and enterprise technology industries where long-term trust-based relationships are essential. Interviews with sales managers and customer-facing staff provided insight into how generative AI has changed their workflows from lead generation to client communication. Next, on the quantitative side, I surveyed 250 B2B companies from the same sectors. The survey measured changes in operational efficiency, customer satisfaction, sales scalability, and revenue trends. This allowed me to quantify patterns and confirm the broader relevance of the case study observations. Finally, I applied a theoretical lens, the scalability versus authenticity trade-off theory, SATOT, to frame the core dilemma: how firms balance the benefit of AI-driven scale with the risk of losing personal connection. This integrated methodology allowed for a fuller picture of both the measurable outcomes and the human factors involved in using generative AI in B2B sales. Let me move on to the key findings. Let us start with the positives. AI delivered strong gains in efficiency. Companies reported faster lead qualifications, sometimes up to 40% faster. Sales representative could manage more leads with less administration work. These improvements were especially noticeable in early sales stages like outreach and data sorting. However, things were not all positive. Many clients described AI interactions as too scripted or impersonal. Satisfaction dropped, especially in complex or high-value deals. Sales teams shared that while AI helped with volume, it failed to build rapport. Repeat business suffered as trust weakened. We also noticed a pattern in revenue. Initially, firms saw a boost. AI allowed them to close more deals quickly. But over time, revenue either stagnated or declined. So what is a common reason? Weaker client relationships. So clients who felt disconnected were less likely to return or renew the contract. So this slide covers the theoretical lens guiding our analysis, what we call the scalability versus authenticity trade-off theory, or SATOT. The core idea is simple. As companies scale sales operations using generative AI, they often compromise the quality of customer relationships. AI brings speed and reach, but it lacks emotional nuance and adaptability, traits that are essential in building trust, especially in high value B2B environments. Our findings reflect this trade off clearly. While AI improved efficiency in lead handling and outreach, clients began to feel that interactions lacked empathy or deep understanding. This SATOD frameworks helps explain why customer satisfaction and repeat business declined despite gains in short-term performance. This theory does not suggest abandoning AI. Instead, it emphasizes the importance of balance. Firms need to deploy AI for scalable tasks, but on the other hand, preserve human involvement where emotional intelligence and strategic thinking are required. Ultimately, SATOT pushes us to rethink how we integrate AI, reminding us that technology should support, not replace, the human connection that drives long term success in B2B sales. So, based on the findings, we propose a hybrid model. Let AI handle just routine tasks like scheduling or drafting emails, but in B2B industry, keep humans at the center of strategic discussions, negotiations, and relationship management. This way, we retain efficiency without losing the personal element. Also, here are 5 recommendations. The first one is do not fully automate client interactions, especially in B2B industry. Number two, use AI for insight, not as a face of communication. Number three, train your sales teams to work alongside AI. Number four, segment your clients to match the right engagement style. And lastly, number five, monitor feedback continuously to adjust as needed. So this is the last part, conclusion. To conclude this research, explore the generative AI sales paradox, how generative AI boosts efficiency and scale in B2B sales, but at the risk of weakening the personal connections that driving long-term client relationships. We found that while AI improved lead processing and communication speed, it also led to a decline in customer satisfaction and loyalty, especially in industries where trust and personalization are key. Clients often felt interactions lacked empathy and depth, resulting in reduced repeat business and slower long term growth. Our proposed solution is a hybrid model: AI for routine tasks and human professionals for relationship driven conversations with the clients. This approach allows firms to stay efficient while maintaining the emotional intelligence needed to build trust. Ultimately, adopting AI in B2B sales should be about balance. Firms that use AI thoughtfully without losing the human element and more likely to build sustainable growth and deeper customer relationship. So thank you very much for your attention. And once again, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to the chief patron and conference committee members for giving me this opportunity once again. And thank you very much. That'll be all for my keynote presentation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And may I request each and everyone to give the big hand to Professor Dr. Ryosuke Nakajima here for such an incredible presentation. Now the session is open for discussion.